At 17, Jason discovered something on Instagram that almost ruined his life, and yet, it turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to him. Now let me tell you how comparing himself to one person pushed him to the darkest moment he'd ever experienced, and how a random encounter at a gas station changed everything. Jason grew up in a small town in Ohio. Quiet kid, smart enough but nothing special. Or at least, that's what he always believed. All through high school, he followed this one guy on Instagram, Ryan Blake. Ryan was the perfect all-American superstar. Starting quarterback. Straight-A student. Girlfriend who looked like she stepped out of a magazine. And somehow, he still had time to post these perfect, cinematic lifestyle photos. Jason didn't even know Ryan personally. He had never spoken to him. But every time Ryan posted something, Jason felt smaller. And the problem was, Jason couldn't stop looking. One night, during senior year, Jason opened Instagram and saw Ryan's new post. Him standing next to the brand new Ford Mustang his parents bought him for turning 18. Jason stared at the screen and felt this tight pull in his stomach. His own family was struggling to pay bills. His mom worked double shifts. His dad had been laid off. Jason didn't have a car. He didn't have a girlfriend. He didn't have the perfect life. And something inside him snapped. For the first time in his life, he whispered into the empty room, "Why am I not enough?" A few weeks later, Jason received his college rejection letter, his dream school, the one his dad had always talked about. He opened Instagram again and saw Ryan posting. "Got into all 5 of my choices. Hard work pays off." Jason felt crushed. He turned off his phone, threw it on the floor, and sank down against his bed. Tears came out before he could stop them. He sat there for almost an hour, feeling like a failure, feeling like life was already over, and he hadn't even started. Later that evening, Jason drove with his mom to get gas. He didn't want to talk, didn't want to be around anyone. He stayed in the car, staring at his reflection in the window, hating what he saw. And then, this old man knocked on the window. Jason rolled it down a little, confused. The old man smiled and said, "You dropped this." He held up a small notebook with a worn cover. Jason hadn't even realized it fell out of his backpack. The old man handed it to him and said, "You know, life gets really hard when you start judging your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. Jason froze. "How did you know I needed to hear that?" he asked. The old man chuckled. "Because I lived half my life comparing myself to people who weren't even thinking about me." Jason swallowed. That felt like a punch to the chest. The man continued, "You can't compare seeds to trees, kid. Some people bloom early. Some bloom late. All that matters is you grow." And then, just like that, the old man walked away. Jason went home that night and thought about those words for hours. He realized something. Ryan had never done anything to him. Jason wasn't competing with him. He was competing with a version of himself that didn't exist. So Jason made a decision. No more comparisons. He unfollowed everyone who triggered that feeling of inadequacy. He deleted Instagram for a month. He focused on what he needed to do. He applied to a community college. He worked part-time. He started reading every day. He went to the gym. He wrote goals, tiny ones, and crossed them off. 1 year later, he was a different person. 2 years later, he transferred to the same major at a university that gave him a full scholarship. 3 years later, Jason graduated without debt, while Ryan had dropped out of college, struggling with things nobody knew about, because life isn't Instagram. Years later, Jason bumped into Ryan at a coffee shop. Ryan looked tired, stressed, overwhelmed. After a moment of small talk, Ryan said quietly, "You always looked like you had your life together in school. I wished I was like you." Jason almost laughed. Then he realized, all those years, They had both been comparing themselves to a fantasy. Here's the truth. The person you're comparing yourself to might be comparing themselves to someone else. Instagram doesn't show the full story. People only post their highlights, never their struggles. Your timeline is different. Your path is different. Your pace is different. And like that old man said, you can't compare seeds to trees. Some bloom early, some bloom late, but all of them bloom when they're meant to. If nobody has told you this lately, you don't need to be ahead of anyone else to be successful. You only need to keep moving forward, one step at a time. So as the sun sets on another day, remember this. Don't compare yourself to others. Compare yourself to the person you were yesterday. Because your story is unfolding exactly the way it's meant to. You are growing at your own pace. Keep going, because this is beyond inspiration. Subscribe for more reminders that your story isn't over.